You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa! Al Mega is in the building, and today, folks, class is officially in session. That's right, baby. But don't expect any boring lectures here. No. We got that fire in the faculty lounge today, y'all. You heard? I mean, joining me is an amazing educator turned tooth dropper himself. All right. I mean, he's the mastermind behind a sharp, funny, and brutally real book curriculum. A Texas teacher's tale. I mean, this ain't no chalkboard fairy tale, nah, fam, nah. This is satire, survival, and soul deep, and it's coming deep in the heart of the Texas school system. It's teachers, it's students, it's parents, and if you're ever seen a school hallway at 7:30 a.m., yeah, you know this one's for you. And I've been there. Oh God, I've been there. So sharpen your pencils and put your phones on silent right now. Embrace yourself, because we are about to rewrite the lesson plan. Me and the big weapon start with the one, the only, the big boss himself, TC Moth. How you doing?
What's going on, Al?
Yeah,
Appreciate that. Hey, they got to take them phones and put them in their backpacks.
Yeah, thank God I was in a school during that time. That would have been. I mean, I respect the teachers. I think I would have been a good boy still respect. These youngins nowadays, man, they don't understand what these teachers be doing, and you know what? It is like being in the military. So let me thank you for your service.
Well, you're welcome. It is. Sometimes it gets real militant.
It does, man. Again, so I got to get into those early origins. Then, so talk to me, my brother. Let us know where you OG from, and this is kind of a nerdy question, but and I got to know this because this is Comic Crusaders. Like, and I know you have a fandom in you somewhere. So where you from originally, and did you ever have a fandom that you fell in love with originally that you could never stop talking about as a kid?
Oh yeah. Not only as a kid, as an adult. I'm from Texas, man. From where the book says, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. So
All right.
This book is a little true. It's a little fable mixed together, but it's a little true. This TC's truth. And my fandom, Batman, man. I mean.
That's your boy.
Batman to everybody I know. I mean, Batman, he the man. Who could withstand Batman? Give him 2 weeks of preparation, and nobody can. Nobody.
Oh, you see that? You see what you said, and that's always the excuse. You give him preparation. All right, so talk to me right now, real talk. If Batman was just walking down the streets of Wakanda, and he didn't even know Black Panther existed. And here comes T'Challa, and he's like, "Yo, Bruce, what up, yo? What you doing around here?" And you know how Bruce is a little disrespectful. He disrespect the king, and T'Challa's obviously got to stand his ground. Who would win? Honest to God, who would win? And Batman has no prep because again, he's just walking through Wakanda. You don't know shit what's going on. With no preparation, who would win?
So no preparation.
No preparation.
That mean Black Panther. He don't have
both of them. Neither of them know who the hell they fucking with right now.
Batman.
Oh my!
But let me tell you why.
Why? Wait a minute. I gotta hear this.
Let me tell you
Folks,
why.
Do you hear this? Oh my God!
Because Batman is never not prepared. If he knew he was traveling to Wakanda, he done research Wakanda. He know everything that's going on in Wakanda. He know everything about the vibranium. He probably got a vibranium batsuit underneath his bed.
My man ain't playing. He prepared nonetheless. I don't give a shit. I mean, folks, do you agree with my man TC? Do you think, what up, Big D in the building, always in the building, appreciate you for showing up, man. At least even to say hello, I appreciate you. But I mean, do you agree with my man? Yeah, if there was a battle, that is a great thing right here. If there was a battle with Batman versus Black Panther, would Batman beat BP? Like, and again, neither of them knows going. He says that Batman will still be prepared somehow. But yeah, I mean, let me know your thoughts. Interesting stuff. But let's get into this though. So again, you're from Texas, doing your thing. You're a Batman fan over here. So now I can see why you wanted to become a teacher, man. um, like what really sparked the fire though? The right curriculum. Was there a moment in the classroom that made me go like, I have to tell this story, man? Like,
Yeah, man. I think what it is I've been in this for a while, probably like 12 years or something like that.
12.
And yeah, I've been teaching for a while.
Okay.
And just living that day to day, that year to year, that week to week, and that kind of that same schedule that happens. And it's crazy what happens, Al, is the people, right? The adults, because this book is not about children, not really. It's about what happened with the adult side. The adults, they get cyclic as well. And what I've seen happen is like just a lot of different little stories start to happen around the same seasons. You got like the rumor mill, so to speak, right? And all these different stories start to pop up, and I
The
started,
water cooler talk, right?
yeah. And I started like kind of picking up on them. I was like, man, every winter, like every right before break, there's a story about somebody getting ready to quit. Or every break, there's a story about a parent and a teacher affair, or a teacher and a teacher affair, or this person moving up in the world. This person move, every spring somebody's about to get promoted and somebody's holding them back. And so I thought to myself, I was like, man, let me put all these stories together and kind of intertwine them to make this book so that people who are not in education can kind of see like there's some drama in education more than just kids. Like it's adults there too, but it's stuff that goes on in there that I don't think nobody knows about or sees about, because most of the stuff you see on TV, you got like Abbott Elementary. No shade on Abbott. No shade on Abbott, but that's like pretend real life. But this,
It's not coming from that angle. Yeah, you have these make believe things, situations, over exaggerated situations. Let's
mhm,
just say that's all it is. But you're coming like, this is the, like, yeah, this is what Abbott should be. You know what? As they were Bel Air, right? The old school Bel Air
exactly.
was
Those
silly,
people. Yep.
but that's what Abbott is. But you coming through like that new Bel Air,
Mhm.
serious son,
Like
and I
serious, like
think that.
serious.
So did writing this book feel more like therapy or rebellion?
I'm gonna say rebellion at first, but then therapeutic when I was going through the editing process and reading through it and just kind of like checking to see my logic of my story, to see how it made sense and how I could catch the reader and like really bring the reader into that world of Johnston Elementary. Um, because at first I was like, I'm about to tell this story from this perspective. Everybody gonna know that it's probably about them. But then I thought to myself, this is really not about one single person or one single school or whatever. This is just how it is. I've been to 5 different schools, and it's just that's like the culture of the environment that is filled with good things like student success and things of that nature, but it's also filled with almost like a Game of Thrones type fucking
Yeah.
stabbing, right?
See,
Like
that's kind of where I wanted to allude to with my next question, though, because did you ever feel like you were going a little bit too real, like you were like tempted to tone it down a little bit and be like, nah, fuck that, full sense, bro.
full. I'm talking about. I at first the only thing I would say I would change, I did change initially, is the main character was going to be a male, but then I know people will relate that to me, and I got a wife, and then she'll think that it's about me, and it's not about me.
Yeah,
But
let's
there's some
change it
things that
just a
happen in
tad.
there, and that's not me. But then I was like, no, don't hold back. Don't go Abbott. I was like, I'm not gonna go Abbott. I'm not
No,
gonna go
I
Abbott.
dig,
I'm
I
not gonna
dig,
go that lane.
I
I
dig.
want to show the real. I think it's page 13, maybe. I don't know which page it is, but it talks about the teacher coming in and cleaning her room. Like that's something that every teacher does every year. But what Abbott would say is like, oh yeah, the teacher's so happy to see the room. And that's true. But then when that teacher sees on that desk, it says fuck school, free pimp C or something like that. Like, like it brings you back to a reality and takes you out of that fantasy of like the things that teachers and educators have to go through it's real stuff, and it's not
Oh
just
yeah.
not just the
Oh yeah.
students, it's everywhere. Parents on your ass, like it. If you read the book, you'll be like, "Wow, I didn't know this is what happened."
Listen, I seen things, man. Again, I grew up in Brooklyn. M- with my family, we were good. And I was good. And my kids, you know what I mean. But as an outsider, seeing other interactions,
Mhm.
oh man, I get it. So again, that's why I salute you, teachers, man. Y'all deal with so much stuff. But
Well,
but but I need you to tell me about that writing process, though, right? Because you're a teacher and all, but were you burning the midnight oil or just like jotting down notes between grading quizzes and shit? What doing this book? Like,
man,
when was this baby getting made?
what it was is those breaks and summers off. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you get the breaks and summers off, and I just committed myself. I was like, all right, I'm gonna write 10,000 words
Okay.
this month. I'm gonna write, 10,000 words this month. I'm gonna go back and edit this. I'm gonna send this to my friend out here. Caleb. I'm sending out here to him and see if he could look at it. I'm gonna do this. Like I was thinking, like every time
Right.
I went through the process, it would always be in those breaks, and I just committed myself. And if I couldn't get 10,000 words down, I would be burning that midnight oil. And sometimes it did get difficult trying to get those 10,000 words, per chapter or whatever. And I would be like, oh man, I don't.
So that's the minimum per chapter, 10,000 words.
Mhm. I
Wow.
had to write because I wanted to be something, because I wanted to be immersive, so that it's not just like, oh, the characters at the school and they get in this interaction. No, like, what's the character going through emotionally? What's the character feeling from the environment? What's the character
Mm-hmm.
feeling from the season? What's the character feeling from the stress of like standardized testing and things like that? So it had to go like real detail, because y'all guys don't know about that. You don't know about no testing stress. Y'all just like, hey, the kids take the test. But for the teacher, it's so much pressure on them to make sure the students perform. Like what other profession where other people are dependent on, no, your worth depends on another person's performance, besides like sports,
Yeah.
right? Like the coach, his worth
Yeah,
depends on,
you're our coaches. You're our first coaches, actually,
yeah,
teaching us, and and you have to grade us, and you don't just have to grade us. You have to be constructive, like especially
mhm,
when someone has talent. Like, you know what, I think you could have done this a little bit better this way. You should have thought about it. Because I had teachers like that. Luckily,
mhm,
I was very lucky. I had teachers that liked me for some odd reason, and they're like, "Yeah, Al, you're a smart kid. So when you thought of this, you thought about this. Maybe think about it this way." Oh, okay. And
mhm.
I was so blessed, and I was like, "This is why I appreciate teachers, and I wish more kids would." So we need to go back to this. We need to teach our children now, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, teach them to respect that these folks step up and do something y'all not willing to do. And
Oh
and
yeah.
hopefully that we could get more open school systems where we could talk about real history
Mhm.
and teach, because again, it's the same for me. I don't know how you feel as a teacher, but how do you feel not being able to teach the history that maybe you really want to share, like where y'all came from or where I came from? Like, let's talk about how Africans landed in Puerto Rico. How did that happen? You know what I
So
mean?
I
And the intermingling of my people. Basically, I'm three people in one. I'm Caribbean, Taino, I am Spaniard, and I'm African.
yeah.
Literally, and I did that whole DNA shit. I'm like, oh my god, all right, but I'm all of them, and I love it. Although I'm more indigenous, which is funny that said, okay, now that explains why my hair, like, it's fucking just goddamn straight all the goddamn,
But you
like,
got that
it's
good hair.
curly but straight. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, bro. I
Yeah.
have my grandma hair, and if you look at me, people think I'm Indian for real. I went to TC. I went to a local bar. I walked in, and somebody literally said to me, "Man, I guess what tribe you're from?" Like, they didn't even say hello to me. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. Luckily, I was with a friend that just got out of jail. He goes, "Al, you want me?" No, I'm like, no, 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 no.
No,
Thank
don't do
God.
it.
I think you were with me for a reason, for this not to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Sometimes
let's
it's like,
ignore him. I said, "Sir, I think that's a horrible thing to tell to somebody. My name is Alex, and yeah, if I am a tribe, yeah, I'm Taino, motherfucker. But that's not the right way to say shit. And I just kept it, moving. My boy laughed. I'm like, he goes, "You sure you're good?" I'm like, "Yeah, please." You just came out of jail. What are you trying to do?
Oh, back ain't worth it. Not over that.
Not
No.
over words, yeah. But you know what? Yeah, you're right. I am a part of a tribe. I don't give a shit. Let's go, and I dig it. I love it. Now the tone is tight. It's real. You got funny moments. It's never too preachy, right? But how did you find that sweet spot? How did you figure that out as a writer?
Well, I think my son's 18. I let him read over it, some of the chapters,
You
and
have an 18-year-old kid, bro.
I do. I try.
Yeah, look at the salute, bro. Look at
I, hold
mine
on.
is 25, and I'm already look at me
Oh,
whining out.
see, I'm like, let me go pour me a drink, man. I ain't know we are gonna pour. Let me go pour me a drink. I'll be
Yeah,
right.
go pull that shit, man. We
I'll
gotta
be
talk
right.
this business, bro. We gotta talk this. Because first, let me show you the cover to this book right now, too. Because this is what we're talking about. You see this book right here, Curriculum of Passion, A Sexist Teacher's Tale. Check it out. If you check out the QR code that I'm showing up on the corner, if you snap that picture right now, it'll straight take you to the Amazon where you can check out this book. You see my man's passion day as a teacher. He's telling you those water cooler stories from school, what the teachers is going through as teachers, his experience of viewing and that third person perspective. You know what I mean? And I think that that's actually pretty cool because us as parents, we don't get to see that. And I'm talking to my parents out there. I mean, I have my one daughter, and I wish I could have viewed life that way from that third person and see what my daughter was going through with and what they were putting the teachers through. Because I know when I was in junior high school, apparently, according to the vice principal from in my high school, my junior high school was from seventh grade to ninth grade, and my vice principal said that we were the worst grade from seventh to ninth, the worst group of people she ever met in her life. And so we got that out of curriculum. Salute, my brother. Salute. There we go.
Oh,
My man is doing his thing.
got 100.
Yeah, but yeah, I was
But
telling people again how in junior high school, my vice principal had said that from seventh to ninth grade, when we graduated from junior high school to go to high school, because that's how in New York it was from elementary is 1 to 6, 7 to 9 is junior high school, and then 10 to 12 is high school. So 7 to 9 junior high school, and we had the same vice principal, Miss Horn, God bless her. She was like, "You are the worst group of people I've ever dealt with in my whole life." She literally told us this. This is
no,
the 90s. I love it. I was like, there you go.
I'm,
Thank you
I'm,
for being
I'm,
honest.
I'm gonna tell you something personal, Al. That right there, what you said, mm, that's one of the reasons why I became a teacher because my PE teacher, his name is Mr. Sims. I never forget him. If I see him again in real life, I'm gonna slap him across the face.
He said, yeah, remember these teachers. Miss
I
Horn,
do.
I love you. I hope you're
He,
good.
he
Yeah.
he told me and my friend Charles, God rest his soul. He told us that we'll never be anything besides burger flippers, and because he said that, I never
Oh,
flipped a
you
burger in my
mother.
life.
Oh, you mother. You really
I was just
said
a
that?
kid. I was 9. How you gonna tell a 9-year-old I'm gonna flip burgers? I'm not 9.
Oh,
But
I hope you see him.
I also
Don't
had
touch
another
him.
teacher
But just let him know, like, yeah, you know what? I'm a better teacher you ever were. There
ever
you go.
was more than he's ever the boy man. I'm not just
Salute
a
to that, man.
man because
Let's
hey that
talk.
guy. Mm-mm. I never have anybody around me like that. But I had another teacher who
That's
inspired
horrible.
me. Her name is Miss Hudgens. Shout out to you, Miss Hudgens.
Right.
If you ever read this or see this, man, she held me accountable. She made
That's
me learn.
wonderful.
And those are the teachers you want. Like those are the ones that you were talking about that see something inside of you.
Yes. And I'll share this then. I had oh my God, Miss Hamill.
Hmm.
She was the dean of my high school, and we had kind of like a creative writing journalism class. And she said, Alex, one day, like, Alex, hold on for a minute. Everybody left. It felt like a TV show. Hold on for a minute, Alex. I don't care what the hell. Okay, that I do. Like, and she's kind of really told me, like, oh, you should consider being a journalist. I'm like, why? Why you say that? Because like you don't write in circles. You write straightforward. You go to the truth, and that's actually a good quality. You should do that. And I never really considered that then as a kid. You know what I mean? It's the '90s. It's a different life in New York. You know what I mean? It's like,
It
and
is.
so it's like I wasn't thinking about me writing journalistic. For me, that, you know, what you mean? You want me to be snitching on people? That, you know, that's the mentality I had back then. Like an asshole, and um and now if she would see me, like, look at me, I got Comic Crusaders, I got this, and like, you know what? She it wouldn't, no way, it does inspire me. I always think about her, and like, you know what? Yeah, thank you for seeing that in me, because, you
Yeah.
know, she was right. She was right.
They unlock it in you. Some of them teachers unlock it in you, man.
So
So
listen to your teachers, folks. Now, let me tell you, is there any character that ran off with the story that you wrote them in, and they suddenly like were driving the bus?
yeah. Um
What can you tell us? I didn't want to, don't spoil. But what can you tease us? You know.
I'll say it was it's a character in there. He's a substitute. And initially he was just gonna be like a character that I just kind of plug in to kind of stir the pot. But then I thought about when I was a substitute, because before I was a teacher, I was a substitute, and I was
I'm
like,
sorry, you probably got abused. Did you get abused? Be honest.
did I get abused?
Yeah, did the kids listen in junior high school,
As a sub?
bro?
No.
Bro, we had a sub called Mr. Ramruss. I see. I remember these names because I feel guilty sometimes. Yo, when this guy was in the, listen, when we knew it was him, the class was just, it was
It was
Animal
on.
House. It
It
was
was on.
Animal House. You understand? And my poor dude, old dude Bendito, everybody, please calm down. Calm down. And everybody just throwing spitballs and paper. Shut up. I'm like, oh, and I think about that now. It's like, oh my God, we were so fucked up, man.
No, I wasn't abused. You know, it's funny. What I would do, because I teach, I would teach students like me, right?
My
Black and
shit was
brown
wild
students.
back there.
And like you talking about that, you were talking about earlier about that history that I want to talk about. I would bring it to the classroom. Like I'm not
Oh,
from, you know, somewhere special. I'm from TC Moth stands for the common man out the hood. I'm from the hood. So
where? But we go.
where I'm from, like I would
I'm
not bring.
Omega, the Alpha in the beginning, Alpha and the Omega. Get it.
Yeah,
Begins with me and ends with me. Let's get it, baby. Because we
tell
about to
you,
pop off
hey,
right here. Let them know that the
give me some
curriculum
of
is
that.
the book that we got in right here, baby.
That's what
This
I'm
is the
talking
young
about.
game right there. We got to make this happen. And listen, folks, again, that QR code right there leads you straight to Amazon. Did you see that, TC, right there in the
Man,
corner? Take a picture of that. It goes right straight to the Amazon. You could go buy your book yourself if you want. I mean,
already bought it,
I,
signed a couple, sent them out.
I know, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit where people can even meet you. But let's keep getting into it, man. Like Texas schools got a rep, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, from what I understand. I mean, I've seen them YouTube videos. Like, what absolutely had to make it into this book about teaching in the Lone Star State?
The pressure from the pressure and the backstabbing, the using, and hopefully nobody sees this and say, oh yeah, Moth was talking about this or whatever. The pressure from the test, and making sure the students hit that test or get that score or whatever
Oh,
the case may be, and then like the backstabbing that I saw as a teacher, it never made sense to me, because one teacher doing better than another teacher doesn't make anybody make more or less money. But
of
you
course
still
not.
saw a lot of backstabbing, like, you know, teachers throwing each other under the bus. And I'm like, so I had to make sure I put that in there, because a lot of times, like I
I mean,
said,
is there a rating system between teachers, something that'll help them excel, that gives them a reason to be like, grimy like that?
no,
No.
and you know, and that's something I never understood, and I want to put that in
Wow.
there, because I think like out there in the outside world, everybody thinks that all the teachers are like hunky dory, love each other and stuff like that. But man, it's snake like. Like
It's
I
dirt.
said,
It's like politics then.
yeah, it's if the only thing stopping it from being Game of Thrones, I'm
It's the
not gonna
lack of
say sex,
weapons. The lack of weapons.
weapons. That's the only thing. If there were weapons there, like wow, like some of the
Oh
things that
shit.
the teachers I've seen over the years do to each other, and some of them even try to do to me. I'm like, God, it's like nothing's gonna fucking make us. Me doing bad is not gonna make you look good. It
Yeah,
just makes
man.
everybody look bad.
Everybody needs to be united. Listen, man.
Mhm.
You guys are in charge of our future generations. You know, you
Foundation.
teachers.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you guys need to kind of be on a, on the same level. Like, how can we help these kids? And make this a better world? And how can we tell truthful stories, truthful history?
Mhm.
you know, and real world knowledge. Because again, they still teach us bullshit. Let's get back to showing home ec. Let's teach kids how to cook. Let's teach kids how to grow food.
Mhm.
Let's teach real hands on shit. Because everybody depending on this AI stuff.
And
Stop.
you know,
We need to
Al,
get back on the on hand, hands on shit. Because listen, that's the one thing that the robots won't be able to do.
and you know, Al, I touch on that in the book too. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but I touch on that, like, because I try to weave in what really happens in schools as far as the politics go too, and I touch on that because I know on the outside, if you're not inside the school system, a lot of the times, especially like parents and politicians, they think that they know what's best for the classroom, but that's just like the president telling the soldier what's best for the weapon in his hand. He don't know
Mm,
nothing about it.
yeah,
You know what I
word.
mean?
100.
I urge everybody, like, if you don't know anything about teaching, but you want to read about a book that's kind of real, man, read my book. Get it. It's fun. Give it to
That's what I'm
somebody.
saying. Let them know. Let them know right there. Because what message do you hope curriculum delivers to someone who's never been inside a classroom as a teacher?
I hope that curriculum can deliver the message that the work is the work is real. A lot of the times, like, most teachers in the United States anyway, they get paid less than $100,000. But the work is so real, and the stress in the environment is so real
And
that
the out of
I hope
pocket
that
sometimes.
they get out of this message like, man, teachers go through a lot. Teachers do more than what we think. Teachers do more than just stand in front of the classroom and babysit.
Yes.
And to be honest, Al, if I were to be a babysitter as a teacher, babysitting 22 students a day for $25 an hour, I'll probably make $100,000.
Oh yeah, you'd be rich if they included that as part of your pay on top of teaching. Could you imagine? Because again, that's really what education is. You have the parents out there working. You are in
Mhm,
fact babysitting. These kids don't appreciate getting educated. A lot of them.
mhm.
Some do. Some do. I'm not gonna say all
Some do.
kids. Because some get it. Some understand. Like, listen, if you're not doing it, at least somebody got to.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that just some kids have that mentality, and I wish it was all kids in this country. Because again, we got to do better. We're living in the greatest country in the world, baby. Let's show up. Let's prove up because we have amazing teachers like my man TC, and he's sharing these stories because he cares. He's trying to tell you, like, he's trying to put his message out there. Now, if you could say one thing to a first year teacher
Mm,
about to walk into a first classroom in Texas, what
mm.
would it be?
Uh,
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh my god.
Put
But
me in
and
a
be
spot.
nice, be nice.
For a
Try to
first
be
year
nice.
teacher, what would I tell a first year teacher? I would say, I would say,
That face
you know what I
scared
would
me.
tell a first year teacher? I would say, no matter what, remember why you started doing it.
All
And
right.
because if you remember your why, whether it be for the money, the summers off, or the students, whatever the case may be, then you'll come to work every day to get it done. I
But
would say,
you
remember your
scared
why.
me. You scared me though. Like like
Well,
I asked
learn how
that,
to
and
duck.
if I was in the room, like, yo, well, what you want to tell me for this first year? You put that face like, yo, you're scaring me, bro.
Yeah, maybe tell her to
Chance.
duck. No.
I dig it. Now, bro. Now, how do you think that humor and satire help shine a light on real issues in education?
Well, I think what happens is, like any satiric material, it kind of highlights the ridiculousness that we kind of sweep under the rug, right? Because, like, anything that's satiric, it's always going to be like exaggerating the things that everybody else kind of overlooks. And with curriculum, I show that the day in the life of a teacher doesn't end when the bell rings. It doesn't start when the bell ring either. Like, teachers have life outside of work. They have things that happen to them outside of school, but they also have things that happen to them inside of school that
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of people don't know about. And that's what
Uh,
curriculum kind of shows, that little dust mite that everybody wants to sweep under the rug. Curriculum
oh
says,
yeah,
"Hey,
man. Let
look,
me tell you. my elementary school, my gym teacher, one of our teachers, we always knew as kids, they have separate spouses, but they're kind of a little bit too friendly. Hey, like, and we will always notice that as kids, and then and to be honest, I think that we really had a trans teacher,
Maybe.
because the name was Miss Cebolla.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny how that name translates in Spanish to Miss Onion. But we would think as kids, like, and they would deny, this person would deny it. But it's like, you have a man voice, you have a man face, but you still have
Female tendencies.
yeah. And so as kids, we weren't understanding, but the ocean is why deny it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like,
I know, maybe at the time, again, it was the early 80s and shit,
Yeah.
and it was, but as kids, I know we did. Like, I told my brothers, right, and they said, yeah, bro, I'm with you. I think it was. I think that he, that Mr. Boyer was actually,
Mr. Savoya.
yeah.
You,
And
you never know. I look back at some of that stuff too, and I think some of the teachers I would see, and I would be like, oh, they're real friendly. But as a kid, you got a different perspective, right?
yeah, bro. I had apparently my brother saw this in school. Our art teacher, I remember I used to have the clippers to cut paper in half.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Yeah, could you imagine our art teacher one day was teaching the class something, and he chopped a piece of paper, or he thought it was paper. He chopped off his finger in front of the whole class.
Hey, he probably was drunk.
Has that ever happened in Texas? Yeah, my brother said, these kids started screaming. He's like, "Why are you guys screaming? Call the ambulance!"
Call the ambulance. He probably was drunk. No, I can't say I've seen nothing like that happen. I done seen some silly shit, but I ain't seen nothing like that happen. I done seen like
I seen my dean get jumped in the lunchroom.
Say what?
Junior high school. My dean, like, one day in the lunchroom, like, he was telling people to behave. For some odd reason, this girl we knew from the projects that just didn't like him just said, "You know what, dude, shut the F up," and basically jumped on his back and started beating on the dean. And so she's on his back, like, pounding him. He's there, like, like looking like the turtle's ruling with the head in his stomach. That's what he looked like, flailing around and shit. And listen, look at this before cell phones. So the kids are just, it looks like the 80s movie. Yeah, and you got the security coming. It's like, all this shit. Listen, it was not fun growing up in New York sometimes. Just like, can I just get an education, please? Shut the fuck up, everybody. Man. Stop it. Stop your nonsense. We're all going to get in trouble.
You know what's crazy, Al, is that, like, now with the cell phone, all that stuff that you said, like what you just said, now is just visible.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Like, it was happening back then, but now it's just more visible. They bust out their cell phones.
I'm telling you a story with no proof. Nowadays, like, you'll find it, like you said, on TikTok, like, the moment it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's crazy. Like, I wish that, I think phones need to be out of schools too. Like, you're there to fucking learn. Get the fuck off the phone. Now, were there any moments, scenes that you had to cut that you wish made it in by chance? When you were writing this book? Because again, you said you're writing a hefty book. You're talking about 10,000 words per chapter. So I'm pretty sure that not everything you wanted to get in, or did it?
It was some stuff, but what I did is I kind of scaled it back because I wanted to show some more of the politics of moving up in the profession, because unlike most professions in teaching, like, you get a bachelor's degree to start, right? The only way to move up as far as getting paid in teaching is to get another degree.
Like, so you got to spend more money to make more money.
Exactly. Most jobs,
nonsense.
You get paid more based off your performance, but in teaching, our performance, like, it doesn't really count.
So you're telling me, for example, you could have your classes be passing like 100% on tests, and you don't deserve nothing off of that.
You get the
same. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's the crooked part. You get the same amount. So let's say, Al, you get your
That's not
class
right.
pass 100%, and I get my class 32%. Only 3 of my students pass. All your students pass, 3 of mine. We both get the same pay raise next year.
No, absolutely not. I think that
Absolutely so.
listen, I think that is because it would incentivize teachers to do the best that they can as well. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? You know, and not that the performance of the students is really on you, but I think that that little extra boost and like if I could help these kids get better grades, I'll do
Mhm.
better. We'll probably incentivize you to probably come up with very creative ways to teach.
I think so. I think if because in Texas they have this thing. It's called teachers incentive, and it kind of gives this called
They
back when I
do.
first started.
Nice.
It
Okay.
was called value added. So whatever the teacher added to the student, they considered that like the teacher's ability, but they never gave a teacher any kind of money or incentives for it. But in the last 5 years, they did this thing called teachers incentive allowment, and they give teachers an incentive based on how well the students perform. But then at the same time, it's just like I said, like with a coach and a football team. So if we look at like a coach, a perfect example, you know the guy, Bill Belichick, right?
Oh yeah, well,
Everybody looked
yeah.
at Bill
I don't
Belichick.
like him, but yeah, I get him.
Bill Belichick, he's the greatest coach and blah blah blah. He's the greatest coach.
Oh my!
But was he though? But was he? Because what happened when Tom Brady left?
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
Tom Brady continued to win, but they didn't continue to win, and he had to go somewhere else. And
Yeah,
so that's the kind of situation that the teachers in there. So again, another example: if you were a teacher and I were a teacher, and you got all the great students, the students who got good parents and smart, they do the ABCs, they eat their vitamins and drink the milk, and I got all the students who just don't give a fuck. Sometimes that's how it is. Then
it
I'm
is.
put at a disadvantage when it comes to getting the teacher's incentive because your students are going to perform well whether you teach or not. My students, they may or may not perform depending on how much I teach. And so like that's why I say like I think that if I could throw something else in there, if I could just squeeze something else into the book, it would be that part of the politics that has terrible teachers. No offense to those terrible teachers, they're just not trained versus really good teachers and how they get paid the same because teachers are the foundations of any society if you think about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it is absolutely. I
Like
appreciate my
somebody
teacher.
taught the I don't even know the guy who made Batman, but somebody taught the guy who made Batman how to draw, how to write. Somebody
Yeah.
taught Stan Lee how to
Yes.
entice an audience.
Yes. Yes.
Like
I had a teacher. Listen, one of
it
my teachers taught us how to play poker. He goes, you
exactly.
know what? It's slow. It's the end of the year. Anyone want to learn how to play poker? And he goes, don't tell nobody. And this dude literally, we opened our desk. He took our cards and he told us how to play poker. I'm like,
Oh, you
I'm not gonna blast his name, but look what a great teacher. I mean, and another teacher was teaching us mythology. God bless him. And this dude would act out mythology. You understand me?
hmm
He would make he would store. This dude was picking up the garbage lid that was made of metal back in the day and banging like thunder and like acting it out. I'm like, what a teacher. Then I had another teacher that was teaching me creative writing. And and he was so disrespected and I really hated that. You know what I
hmm
mean? And back then I wasn't the gangbanger just yet where I could tell, yo, keep talking to him like that, I'm gonna bring some motherfuckers to slap the shit out of you right now. You know what I mean? But I try to defend them and get myself in trouble, and and things were what they were, and because some teachers need to be defended. I even
No,
had a wonderful teacher in high school, like she teaching us business, and because she was a small lady,
hmm
they were picking on her, and I hated that, like a small little Latin lady. You know what I mean? She was cute too. Like, why are you picking on her? You better stop. You know what I mean? Like, I used to get mad. Like, oh my, bro, I don't want to get suspended. It's like I gotta stay quiet. And I hated that part.
no. I mean, I completely understand it, man, and like like I said, like teachers are they're the foundation of a society. Like without a good teaching core, wherever you are, you look at any country, anywhere, even the beginning of man. If somebody didn't teach if the elders didn't teach the young ones the next thing, then how will they
Absolutely.
continue to move on, right? First it was word of mouth, right? You just tell all the new stories, and then we start to write. Like without teachers, it doesn't make sense for the society to be able to continue its norms. They can't continue their traditions. Like we teach Christmas, we
Exactly.
teach holidays, we teach elections, like, and it goes on, like you said, Greek mythology, like poker, that all that stuff. Like somebody taught somebody how to do it, and without teachers, it wouldn't make sense. So for teachers to in the United States, because in Sweden they get paid, but for teachers to not get paid,
Isn't that crazy?
paid,
Like the appreciation you see for teachers outside of our own country. Again, our own
mhm,
country right now is fucked up, and it needs to appreciate its citizens, its veterans, and let's take care of again. Like even God say, how can you? Not that God said, but I'll say, like, how can you love anyone else if you don't love yourself first,
mhm.
right? So you got to show love of self and show up and be a prime example. Like, look, I love myself and look where I'm at now. Now let me love everybody else. So let's take care of home. Let's fix
Take
all the
care of home.
problems here,
Mhm.
and then let's take care of the rest of the world when we are taken care of first.
Yep.
Look, it's not selfish at all. It is like, I mean, how can we be an example if we're not an example?
Yep. How can I defend the how can I defend the country or defend my tribe or my house if I haven't eaten myself? I got to eat first. I got to take
Yeah,
care of me first to get the energy.
absolutely, absolutely, man. You got to get that fucking whip out, baby. You know what it is. Now, bro, we gotta have some fun because we talked about the TV show like Abbott Elementary. Like you said, it's soft, baby. So if Hollywood came a knocking right now for
Right now.
curriculum and made that into a dramedy. Like who's playing you and who's playing the evil administrator?
I'm not in it. Don't
Hey,
call me.
he go, don't talk shit
It's
out.
not
Shut up,
me. I'm not in
Amy.
it. But the main character, her name is Esme.
Who you
Esme
want?
is
Who's estimated?
Esme is the main character. She's a Latin African mix. So I would say, man, who could play her? She gotta be fine.
It's Shorty from the Modern Family. What's her name? Sofia Vergara. Would you want to use, or she too old for it? Too older for it.
She
Cause
probably
she in
too.
her late 50s, but she still look good right now, though. Jesus Christ.
Man, who will play her? Who will play Esme?
So you want a younger Latin? What about the girl from Archie, from the Riverdale show, with
She
the
could
dark
do it.
hair,
She could
Veronica?
do it because it gotta be Aladdin but darker because she mixed. So Esme mixed. So yeah, she would do it, and then her love interest will have to be.
Oh wait, we could get the Shorty from Bel Air too. That was Carlton's love interest from the new Bel Air because she's Latin and she's Latin black.
Yeah, but I mean, she gotta be a little finer than that.
Oh damn, that
I mean,
is fine.
because Esme fine. That's when you read the book when Esme walk
I
into the
said you from
room.
Riverdale, Shorty, but I feel you there too. But I like Shorty from Bel Air. She cute.
Yeah, no, they both pretty good. I don't know. That'd be hard to pick. It had to be somebody who was because Esme about 38 years old, 35, something
So
like
we
that.
want a young Holberry.
Yeah, like a young.
Maybe we could go back in time.
Maybe you know who? Rosario Dawson.
Nice.
Somebody that
Yeah.
look like around that. When I envision Esme, that's who I envision. Somebody who she put on her glasses or something. You could tell she's strict.
You talking about Rosario Dawson back in the day, fucking from Kids? Remember, I remember seeing that movie when I was rented it on VHS. Kids, that shit made me laugh because that shit was made around my hood. Do you know the movie Kids at all? That was one of Rosario. I think that was Rosario Dawson's first movie. So it was just but a kid in it.
No, I ain't see that.
Oh my! And please look up Kids. It's a classic movie. Oh my god,
I'm not
bro!
from New York. I'm not from
And
over
I
there.
even about New York.
Exactly.
Whether you believe it or not, that shit's a Disney movie. And when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "How the fuck is this a Disney movie?" It's the same thing with Blood In, Blood Out. Disney owned the rights to that shit.
Hmm.
Do you know that?
I
Like
do
Blood
not.
In, Blood Out. Are you serious?
I did
Vatos
not.
Locos Forever, Disney.
No,
You
I ain't
know,
know that, did
because Cookies was trying to is trying to get a reunion going on and make kind of an extended series based off of that movie. But
Okay.
he got to go through Disney to make it happen. So let's see. Yeah. We hood dudes, man. Listen, I grew up watching all the like Juice, fucking Boys in the Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching him in the movie theater, like Fresh. I love Fresh
I
back in the day.
love
So
Fresh.
I saw that shit in the movie theaters like twice. One with my shorty, and then I told my boys, they're like, nah, ain't that cool. I say, yeah, bro, check out this movie, yo. This is like some my man was chess player for real. And it had, come on, man, it had GZA music in it. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang.
And see that,
Sounds fire, son.
that's what I'm trying to put into curriculum, like Fresh Juice. Like it show like what really happens, but like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like too hood, but like what really happens, like what it's really like to be a teacher, what it's really like to be a little nigga in the hood. Like it's different than
Yeah,
what
bro.
the perception is from TV. It's different what the perception is from the news. Like it's
But
different.
Texas to New York is different too
Yeah.
because I not, again, not, I haven't experienced it, but just seeing imagery again, I have to be biased on the imagery because again they want to always show the worst, but
Mhm.
they do show some wild shit. I'm like, damn, it looks a little bit crazier than New York sometimes. You know what I mean? And we look at the neighborhoods. It's like I grew up with tall buildings, project
Yeah.
type joints, and like y'all hoods, it looks like homes for us, it looks like, oh, it's so safe. Ah, no, it's not. It's like, what the fuck?
It's not. And
You
and,
get you
and
get
you
you
right.
get
Like
real quick, yo.
the projects I come from, they flat out. Like they flats. They call them flats. And they always on hills and they just spread out across probably about 3 or 4 acres.
They different,
And it's
yeah.
all just, cookie cutter little buildings. They look like houses, but when you go inside of them, they what they call shotgun houses. I mean, you can shoot straight from the front door to the back door.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just small, right? And so like they do give us housing, in that situation, but the house is not it's not good. It's probably almost just like the way y'all's is, and just it's not safe. I'm not gonna make it seem like it's safe. They actually shut down the projects over here that I grew up in. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, like it's not safe. But
yeah, and, I mean, and that's unfortunate. Again, it's the community, man. Like, they put things into our children's heads, lifestyles that are being sold to them
mhm.
that are not the righteous thing, man. Like, we could do so much better, man. We have real brains,
And
and we got
Al,
to
that's
use them.
that's why I chose this pen name, TC Moth, the common man out the hood, because that's who I am. I come from the hood. My teachers, Miss Hudgens, and a couple more, they inspired me and they
Salute.
told me. I remember when I was in 11th grade. That was my first time writing something. The teacher, she would force us to write. She's like, "Hey, when you come in, write something." And I don't know what it was that day, but something just clicked in me, and I just wrote the best damn story. And she wrote me back, and she said, "Hey, I want you to continue this." And that was the first time as a teenager that I was like, "Oh, I can do something." Like like teachers, they reach you, and they really want to inspire, and you'll see
They
that in Esme, like the main character, she really wants to inspire people and students, and it's hard because that's the thing. Like we see our teachers. Like I get this. It happens to me all the time. Ask any teachers. It happens to me all the time. I'll go to the store to Walmart. Just give me some chicken and some fucking I don't know corn, whatever I'm getting, some soda, whatever I'm getting. And if I see a student there, you would it it's like they see God. They're like, oh, you get stuff from Walmart. I do. I eat.
Yeah,
And
I was just eating the cafeteria, kids.
yeah, like I don't just live at the school, but it's so much goes on in the teacher's life, and that's what this book kind of exposes. Like it's
That's
more
dope.
that goes on than just, hey, let me go to school and then let me go home or whatever the case may be. Like we got a lot going on. Like I said, like I believe in education. That's another reason why I wrote this book, to show the people who know me, like, hey, we can do it another way. So
So yeah,
yeah, I appreciate that.
do we have is the lunch lady even in the story over here or what?
No, the lunch lady not in there. The custodian in there. Let me tell you. I'm gonna drop a little one from the book. The custodian is always the one who knows everything going on in the building.
So he's the custodian is the main
The
gossiper of the
custodian
school.
knows everything that
You
goes
know
on
what?
in the
And that's
building.
funny. I know why you say that. In my elementary school, yeah, you're dead ass, yo, 100. Because I knew the family, and it's true. These two, they knew everything.
Yeah, I'm talking about. They know all the dirt. No pun intended. They know all
Yeah,
of
like
that.
this is the pun should be totally intended. Like, yeah, but they ain't just scoop it; they knew it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, bro, high five on that shit. 100, I agree. 100. Now, would you ever write another story from the point of view like of a student or maybe an administrator?
Actually, the next part is going to be curriculum of
Hey,
passion,
hey,
administrator's tale. It's going to continue Esme's tale. Um, it's, it's going to be a journey about, I'm already kind of starting the beginning. It's going to be a
oh,
journey
nice.
from how she becomes a teacher, coming from a teacher to become an administrator. So I want to show that part too, because they have pressure too, and things go on with them too that, like I said, nobody knows about. Like, I'm sure you could tell me some stuff about what you do that nobody knows about, like those inside parts. And I really just want to expose that and show people and give people a good story to read. Like, it's not very many good stories to read anymore because everybody wants to write about, Harry Potter and things. Not nothing against Harry Potter, but things like that are too lovey dovey. This one right here is more real. It is kind of a lovey dovey kind of, but it's more real and it.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Man, listen. But people need some lovey-dovey. People need to learn how to love again. Listen, if you go listen to big web pop music, I'm trying to put some romantic music out there, some stuff for you to dance to, be able to rub up on your ladies. You know what I mean? You and your man. You know what I mean? Bring it back. Let's go. All right. Listen, bro, TC, man. Yeah, I love bringing the realness too. Now, what's next for you though? I mean, like you say you got this new book, but before you even do this new book, I can we see you anywhere? Like, are you making any appearances, any signings for people to see this wonderful book that you have coming out that's out right now? Curriculum of Passion, Texas. You just said right there, folks. And not just that. Again, that QR code will lead you straight to Amazon right now. Again, Christmas is here. So if you have a reader in your life, this is
or
the
teacher,
perfect
or
stocking
teacher.
stuffer. Or a teacher, someone that's going to appreciate some stuff like this. They're going to be like, yo, thank you. Make them laugh, bring them some humor or some realness where they could look at you and be like, yo, TC is on the money. So this is it. This is the stocking stuff what you need in your life. Again, the
That's
thing is
it.
right.
The
The,
stocking
the
stuff.
QR the QR code is right there. And you see that link, it's also there. So you listen, if you don't have a phone real quick, you go to Amazon, it's also in the show notes. So please make sure that you guys support, independent creators like this. This is what we need in the world. It's a great book. It's a fun book. You heard what he said. This is a teacher. You gotta support our teachers. I mean, without folks like this, man, our generation is going to be lost.
Mhm.
This is a service. This is a service that they're doing. So I think that they, need to be respected just as much as the military sometimes, like because it ain't easy.
It's not. It ain't easy.
I've
Teaching
seen
ain't
it.
easy.
I've seen it as a student myself, and sometimes I felt bad seeing the treatment that some teachers would get. Listen,
Mhm.
again, I was never that asshole. Not that I would partake in nonsense. I only got probably in trouble only twice. But I had a teacher that used to like to throw erasers. So could you imagine? So one day I was talking, and he was talking, but I didn't hear anything he was saying.
You
And this
just
motherfucker, dude, that shit hit me dead in my chest, and over chalk, like. I was coughing. Are you trying to kill me? I'm gonna tell my dad to fuck you up. He goes, bring him. I will beat the shit out of him. This is what he told me. I swear to God. I was like, damn, bro, teach. He was gangster.
oh
That was
boy.
what Mr. Bacamino blowing you up, Mr. Bacamino,
That's
motherfucker.
crazy. He
Yeah,
must have been a
asshole.
Batman fan throwing that smoke bomb at you.
No, the way now listen, what aim? I'll give him that. What aim? Dead ass, boom, center. Everybody laughed because I was coughing my ass off because it was. Yeah, you were the teacher enjoying that a little bit too much. He goes, you know what? I wish I still could. This is the 80s.
I am. I'm thinking, man, that would be nice.
Listen, I had a dude named Mr. Jackson. I got my teacher's stories, like and Mr. Jackson, he used to have a stick, and it was like a little 2x2, like little square stick.
Hmm.
And man, if you fuck with him, he would one day just catch you in the hallway and smack you in the back of the legs. You would drop like a sack of potatoes. Oh, and then everybody just starts laughing, and he just walks away like into the crowd like a fucking ninja.
Like a
You know, this
assassin.
month. Yeah, so one day we took his stick,
Mm.
and this dude, he goes, he said, I know it was this particular class that did it. Because you know how during high school you had different classes, right?
Mhm.
He goes, I know it was this particular class that took my stick. So he goes, he goes, hold on. He closes the door. He goes, if you motherfuckers don't give me my stick back, by the end of the fucking day, you guys are gonna fucking regret it. I promise you. And then he opens the door. He goes, I want my stick back. And then, you know, it was one of my boys took it. I said, please put it back. Please, please. I don't want to go
Hey,
through this shit.
you
So
you could
he
trust
put it back. He put it back.
you could trust
Bro,
that threat.
the next day, listen, all of us at one point between periods had touched the hallway floor. This mother, he even called me. I said, Mr. Jackson, I swear I ain't do it. He goes, yo, but I'm sure you were part of it. Bang! Oh shit, bro. Salute though. He was funny. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for good memories. It
Oh,
was
shit.
hysterical. Because again, I laughed. I laughed when it happened to my friends, and I had to laugh when it happened to me. And thank you, teachers like your TC out there, like I put these stories. Please respect my man TC out there in Texas, please, students. That's a good man right here. You got he got some fun story. You better buy his book too and read it and be like and get it signed and all. When it comes to the book, are you doing any signatures anywhere? Like any bookstore appearances, convention, anything like that on that
Well,
level?
I'm trying to look for any convention that's coming in Texas, and I think there's one coming in Fort Worth that I'm trying to find me a spot that I could just sign a couple of books. You know, I'm
Nice.
not like a very popular person and nothing like that, but I'm trying to get this book out there so everybody could.
You're not trying, you're doing. You got a book, so you're doing. So and you just get it done.
And I do. I did have because they let me buy books on Amazon too at a cheaper rate.
Nice.
And I bought 20 of them and I signed them, and I do plan on giving them out probably at the beginning of the year because I want people to enjoy the
So
book.
what's your preference? I'll try to help you out. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, educational cons, book cons. Like, what are you trying to do?
Man, probably a book con, education con. They're probably going to be trying to sell self help. This is not a self help book. This is like, hey, enjoy me book. So if I can do a book
But
con,
they may need this. That is self help. Take their mind off of shit, man. That is self help on a different level. This is why I love pop culture. It takes my mind off of shit because this is why I like stuff that doesn't keep me in the real. It takes me on a different narrative, and just because again, I live real life all the time. Can you
yeah.
please take me away?
And
Please.
this does that. This takes you to another world. Like if you
There
get
we
if
go.
you really immerse yourself in the book, some of my people who bought it and read it and gave me some feedback on it, they were like, TC, this is incredible. Like we gotta get this to Oprah. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but I could try. But they're like, man, this the depth that you go into to show us what it's like to be a teacher is incredible. My auntie, she's in real estate. She out there in New York. She's in real estate, and she picked it up. She said she couldn't put it down because she couldn't
Uh-huh.
believe how deep it was and how it got into the things that teachers go through. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
So
Folks, there we go. There we go. TC Moth in the building. Boom. That's how you end class. Is that with that mic drop, baby? Because we got people saying like, yeah, they couldn't put it down. That is the in fact truth right there. So a massive thanks to the truth slinging, pen wielding, whole pass breaking legend, TC Moth right here, for joining us today and laying it all down like an open great book during parent teaching conferences for real.
yeah,
So if you ever stepped foot into a classroom or been changed by a teacher, you need this book in your life. And again, I told you it is Christmas. So, stocking stuffer for your readers out there, make it happen. Go grab Curriculum, a Texas Teacher's Tale Today on Amazon. Again, that's what that QR code up in the corner is in fact all about. All right. So, and tell your friends, tell your school board, and tell that one annoying administrator who thinks they know better. TC, just go through the system, baby. That's what you got to do, all right? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Comic Crusaders World on YouTube. And as always hit up comiccrusaders.com for the dopest content in comics, culture, and, of course, creative conversations like my man here, TC Moth. And remember, fam, you don't need a hall pass to make change. You just need courage, clarity, and a little bit of wepa in your soul. So this is Omega signing off. Stay bold, stay brilliant, and keep rewriting your story. Peace. Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.